yeah, I was actually in Shelbourne by myself last night. I went up with one of our family friends, came Busty, and Dad was flying the flag in Tralee, and my mum went to Limerick. So yeah, it was nice that we could get her to the final. We've been really pleased with her these last few weeks. She came out very, very well. Rushed to the corner, and that inside advantage is key for her. She's a real bitch through and through. Once she's out in front, she's so strong. She's a bitch. She's very versatile. She can do it both ways, off the front and coming from behind. But when she's on the bunny and out in front, it's very hard to pull her back. Really, she sets the Syrian gallop. She loves Shelbourne, and well, the clock speaks for itself. She was flawless, really, 28.07, and her splits were very good too. She's actually only 18 weeks out of season. We've just wanted to get her back into running and to get her fit again, which is why we brought her out a little bit earlier than some of our kennels. But she's just peaking at the right time, and she's really impressed us these last few weeks. Disco Pants ran an absolute massive race. He ran very, very good in second. And Born Warrior, he's coming back from a long spell off. He's kind of dusting off those cobwebs, but he's the Derby champion for a reason. He's a brilliant greyhound, and it's nice to see him in the final. So yeah, the final shake-up is top class, really. You couldn't ask for a better final. But everyone is in their box. Rathdown Molly, she prefers to be closer to the rail too. So I think 2 really does suit her. Bogger Hunter is very strong. Disco Pants was very impressive. Clona Blue, again, another strong running type. And Born Warrior, he really does have all that room out wide now. They're all going to stay in their paths. And a lot of it is going to do with the break. If she can break how she did last night, she has every chance in the world.
Well, I'm really pleased to say now I'm joined by Marie Gilbert, who trains at Rathdown Molly, who goes in the Paddy Kehoe Suspended Ceilings Gold Cup final at Shelbourne Park on Saturday night in Trap 2. Congratulations, Marie. Just a young pup. I think she's an April 21. Very, very exciting for you.
Yeah. Hello, Julie. Good afternoon. It's very exciting to have her in the final. We thought she was a bit young, and change of plan. Here she is now in the final.
Well, she's only been racing, I think since September. She's already made the National Puppy Stakes finals. So you must have thought a lot of her from very early on, and subsequently you've obviously kept her racing through the winter.
Well, there's a decision, like, we keep her going, because if they come in season, well, she mightn't be here for the Oaks, like if she's in season. So we just said we'd have a shot at the Gold Cup. So here we are now in the final.
Has she surprised you how well she's run through the competition?
No, we thought she was, well, Des always said she was a good bitch from the word go. He really liked her. Our plan is for the Kirby, eventually.
Let's talk about the semi-final run, because her early pace is definitely a weapon, and she's certainly going to need to show that in the final. We'll come to that in a minute. What did you think of her semi-final performance?
Yeah, she's kind of, she doesn't trap really well, but when she hits the ground, she takes off. Like, she's brilliant early when she hits the ground.
And then in the final, it's going to be crucial, because obviously the bitch inside you, trained by Pat Buckley, Stream of Sydney, she also has a lovely turn of early. What's the key going to be for you? Do you think you need to beat her away?
Yes, definitely. I definitely need to lead her up, get around that corner. Yeah, definitely.
You think you can?
Well, I'm happy with the trap draw now, because I think 1 for her, like, is a little bit tight to the rail. I think 2. I like 2.
I'm so you mentioned the Kirby after this, and presumably a big future. You like bitches yourself. You like to train the bitches.
Yeah, I love the bitches. I think they're, when they're informed, they're informed. They're, I'm very fond of bitches. I mean, I like all dogs, like, but I think bitches, when they're on song, like, you can really rely on them, like all those girls,
Absolutely. And what's Molly like in the kennel?
She's brilliant in the kennel. Yeah, very good.
Well, she's very exciting. Certainly a bitch I know many of us would love to own. Good luck for the final. Thank you for coming on RPGTV. And yeah, all the best.
Thank you very much, Julie.
Well, trainer Ian Roy, of course, is no stranger to big race success. 2004 English Ground Derby winning trainer, and he's got another life chance in a big final. Live on RPGTV this weekend. Bogger Hunter, of course, goes in the Paddy Kehoe Irish Gold Cup. Firstly, Ian, how has he come out of the semi-final?
Yeah, all good, Danny. Thanks. Yeah, he's in good form. Yeah, he's in good order. He's a little bit tired Sunday morning, but no, he's grand. No, we're all good. All good to go.
And just think we're going to have a look at the semi-final. What were your reflections on the run, Ian?
Yeah, I was happy enough. Now, he ran well. I think he could have run a bit better. He had a hard race the previous week. Ran a blinder in the second round, and he just took a bit more than we thought now. And he ran well Saturday, but didn't maybe go down the back straight at his best maybe, but not knocking the winner on now, but I just thought he might have closed a bit more. But yeah, listen, he's grand. We freshen him back up this weekend. Hopefully get him back to his best for the final, please God.
Because I guess that's one thing he had been doing in the first couple of rounds. He was staying on strongly at the finish, so fingers crossed he can rediscover that this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's a good final, and he's going to have to lead, I think, to win it, to be honest. It's a real good race, and good dogs and proper trainers in it, so it's going to take winning now. But yeah, I think he's as fast as anyone if he could flash out, like, you know.
And looking ahead to the final, Ian, what do you make of the draw in 3?
Yeah, happy enough. I do probably a 2 or 3 kind of runner rather than one. You probably would rather be into Rathdown Molly to clear, but yeah, listen, I'm happy enough. I think everyone would be happy to draw. If kind of the 6 connections, I'd say, are fairly happy to draw now. It's fairly. I think we've all got a good chance now. It's just whoever does it on the night, really, you know.
And I think we're just having a look at him at home, Ian. What sort of character is Bogger Hunter?
He's a lovely dog. He's an absolute. He'd make a great pet someday, or a stud dog maybe. But he's a lovely dog. Yeah, he loves a bit of attention, and he's always jumping on top and all that crack. But he's a lovely dog now, real placid dog now, and I don't think the occasional phase him right now. I think the better the race, the better he seems to run as well, you know.
Okay, and Ian, I guess I know you've got to get this final out of the way first, but have you got a long-term plan for him? Would the English Greyhound Derby be a target?
No, I wouldn't think so. Now he's not the strongest runner. I think the run round to the pickup in Toast now I think that'd knock a lot out of him, to be honest. So no real plan, but I'd imagine the 5-to-5 competitions over here, like, and maybe the Bar 1 sprint. I do think the 400 in the dock would suit him. He's had one race around there and won it impressively. So I'd say long term, probably the Bar 1 sprint and possibly even the Laurels then later in the year in Cork.
Okay, brilliant. Well, Ian, all the best this weekend, and fingers crossed all goes well in the Gold Cup final for you.
Lovely, Danny. Thanks a million. Thanks very much.
Well, I'm pleased to say now I'm joined by John Breen, who is the owner of Disco Pants, who lines up in Trap 4 in the Paddy Kehoe Suspended Ceilings Shelbourne Gold Cup final on Saturday night. Congratulations on making the final. A fantastically named dog. We'll maybe come to that in just a little while. But tell us about him first of all, because he started off his career beating a very good dog in Gaston Pikas. So how soon did you know you had a good one on your hands?
Yeah, he was training very well, and I suppose I'd have to find out I'm the co-owner of 3. Our partners are Conor Haley and Michael Daly, who trains the dog. Michael said it was, dog was going well in the gallops and so on, and then our first race was a bit daunting. He was up against tough opposition, and he won it comprehensively. And I suppose at that stage then we realised we had a good dog in our hands, and we've kind of gone step by step. We've improved a bit since then.
He ran in the Fair Warrior as well, which of course is 400 yards. So that suggests that, you think the early pace of the dog is his main asset.
Yeah, he, especially in Tralee, he hasn't maybe brought that real sparkling early pace to other tracks. But he's improving in Shelbourne. We're very happy with his trapping and stuff. And he's coming home better and better, as he's got fitter and stuff. So we're very happy now with the way he's running.
I suppose looking through his form, the really eye-catching one was in the Kingdom Derby semi-finals when he did manage to beat a certain Stream of Sydney.
That's right. They're probably becoming rivals already. They're going tit for tat, and that she's a fabulous bitch, and you need to be in front of her really to have a chance of beating her. Like, she runs so well. She had a fantastic clock last Saturday night. So yeah, we realise how good she is.
Yeah, she seems to have found a real bit of consistency as well. But going from Trap 4 in the final, how do you see it? You must have played it through in your mind how Disco Pants wins.
I suppose, look, it's a game of dreaming. We all dream, and we're delighted to have got this far. I think all the 6 dogs are there very much on merit. I always say it's a 1 in 6 chance once you meet your own company, and I'd like to think we have a 1 in 6 chance of winning. And everyone wants to win, and I wish all the connections best of luck this week, and enjoy the excitement, and sure, whatever happens. And if we get our dog back safe and sound, we'll make a plan for the future then after that. Obviously, look, we'd want to win. As I said, everyone wants to win, and looking forward to a good night out. And that's where we are. Really, he'll have to bring his A game, and you could say that about maybe the other 5 as well. Whoever runs well on the night, there's no slouches there. That they'll take their chance and win.
Absolutely. And if he does win, is he named after you? Are you going to be showing your disco pants on the dance floor?
Yeah, it could happen. Yeah, have to have a few quick points first. But
where does the name come from?
Yeah, the dog. The name came from Niall Quinn. Fans started singing about Niall Quinn's disco pants, and we had watched the documentary at the time. We were naming the dog about Niall Quinn. The dog was reared by Billy Carmody, and Billy loves a bit of crack and things about naming and stuff. So we said, geez, that'd be a lovely name, disco pants, and get people asking the question. Niall Quinn being such a Greyhound man and everything, he comes to Tralee as well, which will be our local track. So we said, look, we call that for the crack.
Great story. I love it. Listen, I wish you all the best for Saturday night. It sounds like you're going to enjoy it, come what may. And yeah, good luck. Good luck.
That's great, Julie. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm joined now by Kevin Losty, the trainer of Clona Blue, who runs out of Trap 5 in Saturday's Paddy Kehoe Suspended Ceilings Gold Cup final. In itself, that's a great achievement, Kevin. Well done.
Thanks very much. It's brilliant to get to a final like it. It's for a dog to probably just run over his preferred distance. It's a great achievement for him.
I mean, he's a type who keeps on qualifying. Of course, reached the quarterfinals of the Irish Derby. We're actually showing you the semi-finals at the weekend, and he's run a good race in Trap 6. Once again, giving them best early, but picking up really well. But you'd expect that anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be trapping out of Trap 6. He doesn't seem to be coming away. But once he gets going down the back straight, like, he's absolutely flying. Like, he's given away lengths, but he's getting it at the end. So he is okay.
So Saturday in the final, you got Trap 5. Would you expect him to come out a little bit quicker, maybe?
I would be hoping. I'd be hoping he'd come out of Trap 5 better than he's coming out of Trap 6. He can't come out any worse. He's a 2:30, a 2:32 in his last 2 races up there. So we're hoping that he can come away better. He can come away better from Trap 5, and hopefully he will.
So he's in pretty good shape, and he knows Shelbourne Park very well, of course. I think most of his career runs have been at the venue, and I think we've got a chance to see him in calmer mode and just trotting around. So he's in good order.
He is. He came out of the race very, very well. We're very happy with the dog.
How do you see the race panning out? Who's your dangers?
Look, they're all dangerous. They're all good. They're all good dogs. The Stream of Sydney bitch is very, very fast. They're all very fast dogs. Stream of Sydney, if she gets a clean run, she'd probably take all the beating. But look, you can go through them all and make a case for every one of them, so you can really. But look, at the inside 3 again, we'd be probably hoping they might come together early in the race. And if they do, then it could open it up for us bunch on the outside. The Borna dog probably just isn't hitting the heights he hit just yet, but he could hit them on Saturday night. And if he does, well, then it's God help everyone else as well. So I suppose we could spend a half an hour here talking about every dog. But look, it's a great final, and the Rathdown Molly bitch, like, she has blistered nearly. She leads around the corner, and a bit of trouble in behind. There's nothing said that she'll get home.
Up against, of course, the Irish Derby champion, Born Warrior, as you say. Look, you're in the final. You've got every chance. You never know. Going to be a big price is Clona Blue for Kevin Losty, but we wish you all the best.
Thanks very much, Jonathan.
I'm joined now by Irish trainer Jennifer O'Donnell, who is here to talk about her reigning Irish Derby champion, Born Warrior, who also lines up in the final of the Gold Cup at Shelbourne on Saturday night. Congratulations making another final, Jennifer. Just wanted you to talk us through your thinking, putting him in this competition, because he hadn't raced since Irish Derby final night. What's been happening between, and what have you made of him at Shelbourne so far?
So we had aimed to go for the winter racing festival with him, but with the weather before Christmas, that kind of put all staff plans. So he's a dog that really just wants to be on the go and working, and he just he was mad to get back to action to go racing. So we decided to name him at the Paddy Kehoe Gold Cup, just to give him an early season kind of opener and to kind of hope that he could progress through the rounds. And it's a long year ahead for him, so it was to kind of get a 5-5 competition under his belt.
And what have you thought of him? Obviously, he's not won in the competition so far, but we can see that he has been improving, and he's always been highly fancied in the anti-post market. What have you thought of him?
He's running. We were kind of disappointed with him in the semi-final. We thought he ran a little bit below par. He cramped coming home, but we were very happy with him in the opening 2 rounds. He charged the traps 2 weeks before in a trial, so his braking hasn't come back to what it could be in the Derby last year. So we're just hoping that he'll come on again from the semi-final run and that he could get a ping brake like we know he can do. And then just kind of keep himself out of trouble. Well, he runs so wide, he usually manages to stay out of trouble. So look, we'd love to win like everyone, but once he comes home safe and sound, that's the main thing to us.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that wide running style. Do you think he's holding himself in at the last bend slightly better?
He's slightly better this year than some of his runs during the Derby last year, but he's very, very wide throughout. He goes up straight, cuts the first 2 bends, but runs very wide down the back, cuts the bends again, and then runs wide off the last bend. But he's holding himself a little bit better, but I don't think his style of running is going to change anytime soon.
Competitions aside, his race record is incredible. He came 3rd in his semi-final. That's just the 2nd time he's come at 3rd in 21 races. Apart from that, he's always in the first 2. What a dog for you to train.
He's super consistent. He really is. It's very hard for a dog to be in the first 3 in all of his races. With the level of competition that he's been running in, but he loves to get out and race and put his head down, and every single night he tries his best no matter what. So you can't ask any more from him. He is really just a dog of a lifetime.
And you were saying he loves his racing. He likes to make himself heard.
Oh, he loves his racing. He likes to make himself heard. You'll know all about it before he goes racing, and you'll know all about it if he doesn't have his milkshake or chicken goujons going home. So he knows his routine, so he always knows what's going to happen on the way home, and if he doesn't get them, you'll know all about it.
Oh, I love it. Well, it's serving him well, because from the photos and videos you sent us today, he looks an absolute picture. So thank you so much for joining me to talk about him, and all the best for Saturday night.
Thank you very much.